Yep. Whoops there. I need to start recording as well. That. There we go. Ah, man. There we go. Right. Hello. Hello, hello. Today we are going over to Scorched Earth and we're getting that boss done. I have been breeding wyverns, but I'm not going to use them. Because I had to start a whole new line because I upgraded them so much that it's going to take forever. And you please move a little bit forward. Up there. The gigas are there ready to go as well. Well, my tech gigas. I've got my normal gigas there still. So not soon, but I will start mutating the tech gigas. But once I beat this boss, hopefully today, I'll collect all the explorer notes, and then we'll go on Aberration. My favourite map, and I cannot wait. I love that map. I've been so patient not to just go over and start it. Obviously, I'm taking this character over, and I'll probably take a rabbit. Oh, unless I tame some kangaroos over here. I do like the kangaroos on Scorched Earth. Do I have any mushrooms? I've got loads of mushrooms. Screw it. Might tame some kangaroos as well. Weapons. This one. I need them. Do I need the billboards or not? I'll make some anyway. I need fibre. I always need fibre. What's in these? 20 fibre in you. Cost 20 fibre in you. That's enough. Oops, not Billy. 6 will do nicely. Did I stream one? I did stream when I got the wyvern eggs. So yeah, base now is 223. 45 health, 39 damage. I'll take that. The gigas? Can't remember what they are. 46 health, 52 damage on me tech gigas. So they just quality, not right. I'm gonna take some soup. That's what I take all 4. Take a stack of them. And we will put you away. And if you... Oh no, we'll keep that because we might need that. I think you've got to break through something to get one of the... I'm already wearing me Desert Giga to get an Explorer note. And let's go. Transfer to Scorched. What am I not allowed to take? Them 2 talents. Talent. Oh, I need it. the artifacts as well. I nearly forgot the artifacts. I will collect 3 more while I'm over there and bring them back. One. And the red one. Perfect. Cool. I'll need me back. The only way I'll be able to get them over. Now we can go. Scorched. Oh, I'm pleased I was listening to music before this. I'm pleased I paused it. I've just been making a load of TikToks. Oh, I forgot I'd left this on here. Right, do I have a box in here? Crap! I will use you as a box. Place this down. I'll do. That. Don't need that right now. Don't need that. Oh, I should have maybe brought some shotgun shells. Sure it'll be fine. Yeah, they're in there with them. I need me soup. I don't need me Tyler with us. I don't need Griffin with us. I don't need me Drakeling with us. There's hot air. I need to quickly get out. Grab them off you. You away as well. Yeah. Nah. I forgot to bring me bloody Rhino nothing. God damn it. You. Can I travel to the other service from this? Yes, I can. Back to the island. Let me quickly test this. Yes, that's showing up. That's fine. Right. Back to there. Kushti. Perfect. Oh, I've got to wait a minute to spawn on my bed. Get in. We'll wait that minute. While we wait, I'm going for a wee. For the way. There we go. Real day after day. Yeah. Perfect. That's not perfect though. Every time that happens, pain in the ass. Right. Otter. Give me them back. Put you away so you're safe. Give me fire lion. Oh, let's see if the wyverns are spawning properly then. Of course they're not. Right. Fire lion, you're safe there. Put you on neutral. No. Behavior. That. Neutral. And Uzlot will go to green. I think green's the best bet. And we'll fly there. I need to do the distance thing. Just the Crocs and the Yugi. That's fine. Stay. Sorry for the way I made you feel day after day. I've got a song stuck in my head. Let's check me TikTok. I've got another life. It is. $260, we take that. hopefully I don't get screwed from the ascension on here as well. I better not. I'll be proper annoyed if I do mind. Make you wanna stay. Sorry for the way I made you feel day after day. Crocodiles. Crap. Luckily they've all got saddles, so I can just get on them and get off. Move them where I need them to be. Dino Sucus Army. I'm not going to fit them all in, am I? It's only the Manticore, so it shouldn't be too bad though. I told you the love would make you wanna stay. Sorry for the way I made you feel day after day. Gallimimus. Oh my god, they've got levels as well, right? How was they've got a treasure map? I like that. And deathworm horns? How's it got them? No, obviously I've killed deathworms, but I don't remember killing deathworms. Keep singing. Oh, that's a fact. Okay, we helped you. Right. Well, I must have been killing deathworms with these. Even now, win. I might tame some mantis. You need to get that in there. There we go. Right. We get another one there. Yes, we can. And another one there. Yep. You know what? We'll make that do. I told you I loved you. Would it make you want to stay? 1, 2, 3 of them. And I need the talons. You need talons for the gamma as well? I didn't expect that. Right. Where is me Rhino? Over here. That. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. What the hell going on? I am bloody stuck. Ah, there we go. 20, 40, 60. Kushti. Let's get it done. Who's lot? Done there. No. Get on. Hello. I knew there was a one over here.
Everything is finite.
Perfect.
If your vision is long enough. Planets, species, even this universe we occupy. All of it has a limit. An end. You
How
are
quick are they
approaching
jumping
one
through that?
right now.
Very quickly.
Don't think of it as sand falling to
Yep.
the bottom of an hourglass.
This
But
isn't
the
going to take
hourglass
long.
fading away completely. It can't be flipped around or reconstructed. It's irreversible. Permanent. If you want to stop it, you need to hurry. That's not to belittle you.
Ah!
You've been doing great. Really. All of you. Most of you. The ones getting eaten alive right now could be better. Objectively speaking. The rest, though, great. You've advanced so far. Some through kindness, others cruelty. But both are aspects of humanity. Both are needed here on the brink, in the shadow of extinction.
Extinction!
More than that,
Aberration
you'll need
first.
each other. You'll need help.
Generous out. Come on. Stop it! Oh, I forgot there's a timer. Crap. needs to land. If I told you I love you, would you please land? Even though I don't, but I still need you to land. Go, go, go! I'm stuck. I am stuck. Thank you very much. Right, you're about halfway, yes you are. No thank you. Not very nice. I need to land near these. I need to steer near these, sorry. No, get off! Not nice. Come on. Get off us. You need to land, you knob. Yuki's gonna run out, be knocked out. That might work if we Yuki get knocked out actually. Because then it'll go for the Yuki, I think. Come on! Get it! Land, god damn you. should have done my wyverns, because this is actually taking the mick now. Because they wanted to do the gigabyte as well. Over there. That's fine. I need to get on a croc. You. No! Shit! Well, I didn't expect that. Maybe I shouldn't have gone on me crocodiles then. And I've lost that stuff as well. Fair enough. That's quite a shock, to be brutally honest. Wyverns it is. No, can't get my gear back either. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. That's all down to me. Ah, well. I need to make a teleport gun. No, I can't get my stuff back from there either. Oh. Yep, I wasn't expecting that. Right. Wyverns. I need to go hard on the wyvern mutations now. Or I could try Crocs again. But I'm going to have to farm Talons again. Oh, have a gun on. Hard. Harvey's right there. Screw that. One, 35 polymer. You know, if I just kept out the way, I'd have had that. If I just ran away, and until there was a crocodile on its own, I would have had that. That's literally just player error. That's literally because of me. I definitely wasn't expecting that to happen though. Let's go wait for this bed. I've got all of these to collect as well. I got the one in the arena though, that's the main thing. I'm going to need the artifacts again. I'll have to get... I've got Crocs bred up I do believe. But if I need to breed up some more Crocs, I'll breed up some more Crocs anyway. Might do the overseer today again. So I need the 2 explorer notes from in there that I've missed. That's really shocked us though. Oh. What the hell? Eh? Come here. Can I get my corpse back in? Of course I can't. Oh, can I get it off this though? Nope. No ways. No. Stop. If I told you, would it want to stay? Need to get the green. Oh, my Crocs might be back here. I should have had that gas mask on. That's what did it as well. Can't turn you down a yellow from on scorched earth either. Should have turned it down, but we've got it now anyway. Yeah, the time is the big factor as well. Nah, my Crocs aren't back. That's horrible. That's not fair. Can I get back in? Nope. Yeah, I've got to get all of these again. Damn. That's a bit of a bitch, to be honest. Why didn't I bring you in? I could have just flown around on you. Right, I've got a lot of these to find. See, this is, whoops there. This is how this is supposed to work. You get an arrow and all that. And then your griffin's too fat to fit.
My hunting skills are seriously out of practice. Not that I was ever spectacular.
Hello, Cole.
But I feel like I'd graduated
You've not played
from
this yet?
smashing bugs with a rock at some point. At least I was thoroughly rewarded for my efforts.
Is it beginner friendly?
My hunch was spot on.
Not really.
These big green bastards are carrying drinkable water on their backs.
You know what
And
it
thank
is?
goodness for
You
that.
have got to try and
I may
figure
have
out
never
what
known
to do,
if I killed
though.
a red
but-
one first, since those carry oil instead. Far less useful when you're dying of thirst, let me tell you.
Especially
I
when
may
you're
be fighting the inevitable,
starting out and you're getting killed by
I'm still on
dinosaurs
foot.
straight away.
and still alone. Oh, definitely.
But
miss
once you get
Athena.
the basics down, it is actually I love this game, to be honest. But you've literally just missed us failing a boss. Yeah, give it a try. Oh. Why is it brought us? There it is. But it's all about, like, survival at first, then getting set up, and then you can start taming the creatures that can help you and all that, so. Right. Next. I've been playing this because I want to get through the story maps. What's that? But I have played Portal on stream before. I have got Portal 2 to play as well. But I haven't gotten around to playing that yet. Oh my god, I can't even get in here. There we go. But yeah, this will keep... Why won't it let us get this? This will keep you busy for a long time. Why won't it let us get this Explorer note here? I'm usually busy with work. I stream whenever I can, really. Don't know why that's not... Let's have a... Whoops. I always hit the wrong button. That's it. I don't know why it wouldn't let us...
Old bean, you've
Oh, it's
done it
Rockwell
again. Both mother and child made it through, Timur
Ah!
is a proud father, and your head is still attached to its shoulders. Why, I was even a guest of honor at Timur's celebratory feast. I cannot say I enjoyed the blood sport that serves as the Burning Phoenix's entertainment, but
Next.
the food was delectable. I was also
Yeah,
sure to seize upon Timur's
just
momentary goodwill
when you get time, you
by
just do
filling
it.
his ears
But like
with
whenever I'm
whispers
on,
of
I'm usually
obelisks,
streaming.
artifacts, and the untold power they grant to mortal men.
There are
It may take time for
there are
those
times
thoughts
that I
to turn
don't
to
get to
action,
stream for a bit.
but with constant care,
But it's just
I
one of
may
them things.
yet turn him into my
Thank you very
unwitting
much.
general.
Oh, you have just followed, yeah. Thank you very much. Is that showed up on stream then? Because every support counts. It all counts, no matter what you do. I'm always grateful.
Today, I caught a glimpse of what the caravanners call the Endless Dunes, the desolate sea of sand that apparently surrounds the livable portion of the desert on all sides. Now, those dunes can't literally be endless, but it's easy to see why one would think that. Not only do they stretch to the horizon,
Do you stream as
but
well,
they're
Cole?
home to, get this, giant sandworms that will devour anything that sets foot in their domain. I laughed that off at first. Then I saw a creature, the size of a train, burst up from the sand and devour a wild morellatops that had wandered into its territory. I suppose I'll just have to learn to walk without rhythm.
Ah. Because I don't know how to. I don't know how to put anything on anything yet.
I am glad that I possessed the foresight to hide my presence from Miss Walker after her capture on the island. She clearly believes that I never learned
You
of
got a
her
full-time
trouble.
job?
By cunningly taking advantage of this fact, I have managed to
But I
completely
will make me
deceive the
page
deceiver.
and all that look a lot better. But I
The
can't put
grim
like a
old bat she
schedule on
travels
her out
with
yet
is
because
another
I work
matter.
different
I often
times and
catch
different
her
days. So.
glaring in my direction, her eyes sharp and mistrusting. If I could, I would deal with her as I dealt with I may have given Miss Walker too much credit. Although I carelessly allowed her to catch sight of my Edmundium ore samples, she was more interested in the artifact I possess. I should have realized this sooner. Miss Walker's specialty is biology. She would not recognize confounded weather.
Right,
Not
getting
only
all
did
of
that
these.
sandstorm separate me from my steed, but when it cleared, I was beset upon by none other than the traitorous Miss Walker herself. Oh, she put on quite the act,
down here.
spouting all sorts of nonsense about how good it was to see me. Rubbish. I see right through her ruse. I am certain that
Calm
she's
down,
after
David
my
Tennant.
Edmundium. The only reason she has not simply looted it from my corpse is that she requires my superior intellect to understand it. Well, two can play this
There's
game,
another one
Miss
that won't
Walker.
let us get it.
I can fill the role of the benign old scientist for a time, but I shall not be betrayed again.
Come on. What are you doing, you muthead? That. No, don't throw it. Come on. What's that? Set them up easily, no worries. I can assist you with that and everything you do. I do have Discord. I'll add you once I finish streaming. You're not one of these that's going to send us a load of artwork and all that, though, because I'm not interested in that. How can I get this? Thyla might work. If I can get the Thyla in. Yes. That's it. The Thyla worked. That one.
Everything the system does is in service to its ultimate objective. The tests that aren't tests. The hard resets it performs when it
Nah, I'm not
believes
going to
its
add you while I'm
subjects
playing the
have grown
game though,
stagnant
Paul.
or unruly. The new, increasingly fantastic creatures that it introduces to its ecosystems. Yes, even those pudgy, glowing lizard dogs. Look, they try their best, okay? The problem is that the system's purpose is not wholly static. The goalposts have moved. The bar has been raised. And now it is entirely out of the system's reach. As its purpose grows more unachievable, and its errors
I have turned back north
That's
in
better.
the hope of making contact with some of the natives. It is a risk, as I cannot be sure how many bumbling savages are under the sway of that ludicrous obelisk-worshipping cult. But it is also the only region that I definitively know is occupied. I do not have much to offer in exchange for their aid,
Yep.
but I am sure that I can negotiate an alliance with at least one of this Ark's tribes. Despite my limited equipment, I have managed to run some initial tests on the Edmundium. Based on my observations, a typical fall
Yeah, you've
will not
already
be
sent
enough
it in
to
the
smelt
chat,
a
Paul.
sample of Edmundium ore
You're
into
being
any
very
sort
pushy
of
though, so I
usable
don't think
ingot.
I will be adding you.
I suspect that it has extremely strong metallic bonds, and therefore a much higher melting point
Just
than
the
any
way I am. If
conventional
you're too
metallic
pushy, I won't be doing it.
I must find a proper base of operations where I can run more extensive experiments. I mustn't be overeager, however. I have limited samples and... Drat! I shall have to ruminate on this later. A sandstorm may be brewing, and I have no desire to be caught in it.
Why won't it let us get these when I'm on foot? What can I do here? Unless I use this. Try and force this through. Can we force like one of your legs through to get it? Clearly not. Away. Can I break that rock? You can like pick in you or something. Yes, you do. Of course we can't break that rock. Because that'd be too obvious. This isn't fair. Let me get this. Away. Let us in. Give us this, you knob. What fit in here? Maybe a frog or a beaver or something. Stop tracking. Yep. I'm here. I'm on it. Let us have it. Back to that.
I long for the days when I thought
Maybe
a
that'll work.
Tyrannosaurus frolicking through the snow was the
Got
height
that
of
one.
absurdity. Compared to yesterday, that seems commonplace. As the scout had so eloquently put, the rocks were indeed alive. Alive and in the shape of a massive bipedal golem and exceedingly angry. I was too shocked to scatter like the others when it charged. And for a moment, I was certain that I would die. Then something even more ludicrous happened. Lightning crashed into the golem. But it didn't come from the sky. It came from the mouth of a bloody dragon. I don't recall much else. Fear and instinct pretty much took over for the rest of the day. And while that helped me survive, I'm once again on my own.
Is there something blocking us from getting this? No, it's just gonna be that thing there. I need a smaller creature I can ride that I can fit in there and then get it. So somehow I need to get into there. Head back to me, little shit jack. Cole gone? You still here, Cole? You stay there. Go back to the island. And we'll see what we've got there that I can try and use to cheese into that. Sabertooth might fit. Beaver might fit. What else might fit? I don't think I have a raptor. Megalania might fit. Yeah, that's good. What else? No. Probably too big. Orvis. Oh my god, Orvis will work. Orvis might work. Spider might work as well. Need a one with a saddle. There we go. Right. Perfect. Now we'll head back. Oops. It looks like Cole's gone. I think it's something to do with graphic artists. Right. Spawn at my bed. Pardon me. No. shoulder. Thank you, very glad. And we will put this back on. We will hopefully that'll get rid of the madness. No, it doesn't. Damn it. Well, that one's gone. Right, we'll go over here then. We'll follow them this way around now then. Got you now, good. Next. Excuse you. It won't let me collect them. Thank you. But it'll let me dinos get them. This is stupid, this might. What the? I didn't know there was luminous on this map.
Of course Wally lives on a bloody mountain. Of course they do. I saw their wyverns land at the summit yesterday, and they haven't left. This has to be their home. Unfortunately. The paths were too narrow for my Morella tops, so I had to leave it behind. It should know to wander off if I don't return for it. Not that I can really afford to worry about it. The climb's doing a fine job of kicking my ass, even without distractions. I swear, if I don't have a six-pack after climbing a mountain in the bloody desert...
Now that I was the law in that forsaken outpost, I could see I was gonna have to do a bit of pest control.
That's loud.
So I called out...
That's very loud.
They best skedaddle before sundown, lest I commenced to stepping on them. Now that I had the whole gang's attention, I backed up a few paces. I told the gang leader to slap leather.
To do what?
The figure of speech, darling. Means we're about to have us a good old-fashioned shootout.
Bob's Frontier Tales. I've never actually seen any of them ones. Is that inside of there? Yes. Screw you, wolf. I could tame a wolf. Why won't you let me get these when I'm on foot? This is stupid. Sheep mode. There. Next. This way. Where's that? That's like in a cave. Is it that one? It is. The other way into there should be over here, I think. Oh. It's changed now anyway. That's right though. That's in here. Perfect. Next. Thank you. Now what's up? No, is it in there? Or is it round this corner? I'm the wrong bloody way now. See, this is over here. That's the cave. Which ones have I not get? Cave? I'm sure I'm getting all the ones in the caves. Yeah. Come on. Oh, just kill them all. All mode. Yeah. Nee, wait.
I have discovered why Prophet's Rest is so generous with their water. The well at the edge of the compound is built directly on top of what the locals call a water vein. An endless supply of water bubbles up from beneath the earth. Its existence is a minor miracle, though compared to what I saw in the Starlit Sanctuary, minor is the operative word. I suppose this ark must be floating among the stars, just as the island was. What an extraordinary thought. I cannot fathom how such a thing is possible, but that remarkable metal must be at the heart of it. I am certain.
David Tennant's certain. When David Tennant's certain. You. Now we just run back out. Keep hitting the wrong button. Stay.
Nazreen is quite different from her husband. She's a timid little flower of Orn, or rather, she would be if she were not many months pregnant. I'm still undecided as to whether my timing is impeccable or unfortunate. A few weeks from now, Timur may have had no need of a doctor, but as it stands, I have been thrust into an unfamiliar scenario with scant time to prepare. Despite my unpleasant circumstances, this whole affair is rather intriguing. I never considered the possibility of new generations being born on the Ark. Yet clearly it was inevitable. Like any common animal, humans have the urge to procreate. How else could the species endure?
You just like sex, that's all it is. 2 Titans here. Are they taking the mick? Must be around here. Yep. Perfect. Now over here. We're getting through these quite quickly now. My first ever base spot was over there somewhere. I do believe. Back on ASA.
I should explain, shouldn't I? I mentioned the future, but I should have said futures. You see, the universe, the whole of it, it's all math eventually. Everything has a value that feeds into an equation.
Yeah, it was a pair.
You, the
I built a
stars,
barn.
the trees you assault for bundles of thatch. Yes, I saw that. Very rude. But back to math. The future's made of it too.
Yeah, I did. I built a barn
More
here.
specifically, probabilities. They twist and branch in all directions. So tangled that most beings can't
Back
sort
in
through them.
Evolve.
I can't even see it all. But I can
Good
find the
times.
most likely threads and follow them along.
That's before I
After
knew what I
all,
was doing as well.
It's just
I
math.
made a new character and came over here instead of brought mine. On me single player. I do like flying griffins. I forgot how much I do like flying these. Yeah. Just keep going. We're gonna get them all. This way now. Is this another Bob one? Oh. Are we going over here? Oh, shut up, Margie. How many levels have you got? 12. That's good. Get your stamina to 2.5. Eventually. Oh, I need water. Gotta be a vein somewhere. but I've got to survive still. I've got no food on us either.
Morellatops dromedarius seems to be a relative of both the Morellodon and Ceratops genuses, which in itself is rather strange. On top of that, it has developed the ability to store water in its humps like a camel. This makes it a critical part of the desert's food chain, as it provides predators with both food and hydration. When survivors discovered how to tap into the water in the Morellatops humps without harming it, the docile creature became the desert's essential pack animal. Not only can it carry a good amount of weight, but it can provide survivors with a large, mobile water source that can mean the difference between life and death on any given journey.
Certainly can.
Morellatops has limited options when it comes to self-defense, so I would not recommend taking one into combat.
Get
However,
away.
so long as survivors don't forget to let Morellatops stop by a well every now and then, they will find the creature an invaluable companion.
Yeah. Get all of these.
I can't believe it. Wally spotted someone wandering in the desert the other day, and it turned out to be none other than Edmund Rockwell.
Edmund
I just
Rockwell.
about burst into tears when I recognized him. Apparently, he heard that Nerva was holding me captive and sought to negotiate my release. That led him to the cave, and eventually he wound up here. Awfully sweet of him to go through all that trouble for my sake. Strangely, Wally claims that she saw a portal open up far away from her territory shortly before mine did. I guess that was Rockwell's.
As my withdrawal from the Burning Phoenix's camp demanded haste, I did not have the time to double-check my supplies. It appears that I shall have to do some hunting. No matter. I may not be as spry as I was when I felled the charging rhino on the plains of the Serengeti, but with the small armory I managed to abscond with, I can surely manage. I had planned on trading those weapons for information as soon as I encountered a peaceful tribe, but I can spare a few rounds of ammunition.
Get over here. That's another
After I had my fill
bog
of drinking from bug behinds, I decided to try for one of the camel lizards I saw waddling around that sand pit. It was probably an easier way to break the dumb beast than smacking him upside the head and force feeding him. But that's what worked for me back on the island. Anyways, I guess I finally hit one in its noggin enough time for it to think we were pals.
Aww.
Reckon I'll spare you knowing how I figured out a way of drinking from those smelly humps.
Ugh, nasty.
Right. What's that? Next. There. Over here. That's under the water. That's in here, I do believe. Hello, kangaroo. What level are you? It is too far. Make it. Excellent. Whoa, that was close. Where the hell is this? I've never been in here either. Thought I'd get so it wasn't gonna show. Right, get that. And there we go. Close that again. Um. There. Screw you! Perfect.
Where was I? Oh, yeah. Suddenly, I found myself smack in the middle of this scorching hot desert. No time to
Scorching hot
worry
desert.
over how I ended up there or why. All I knew was I had to run for cover.
Wasn't it too hot to be running around?
Am I telling the story or are you?
Sorry. Keep going.
Anyway, yeah, it was too hot to run around like that, and I burnt myself out quick. I knew I was a goner, unless I could scrounge up something to drink, and pronto.
Yeah. There is that. And then jump over here. This is quite cool actually. Get away. Should have a teleporter on us for some. I haven't got one. Oh, tit. This. Will not move until this is done. That's not the way. This must be the way out. Is that the one I just got to? Shit. That wasn't good. I might be leaving that thingy there. I can't leave it there, it's got me stuff in. Oh, you taking the piss. Shit. Right. I'm not losing all my stuff. No chance. You. Scuba? No. I need a wee. Back. Do I have any scuba in here? Nope. Perfect. One and bed is. Oh. Which way is it? That way. That on. Let's go. Oh man. where I came in. There we go. Try and get our way out. Can I fly in here? Yes, I can. Yeah, I might as well. only one in here. This should be the way out. Yeah, it is. Round in a circle. Don't know where to go. That's where to go. That's it. Yay! Go. Was that sword actual sword? No, it wasn't. Stupid ass. Capitals. Still won't let us get them. Perfect. We doing alright on the TikTok? Next. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We've got to check this one since we're here. already got that one. I got the one that's over here then. That one as well. This one.
I really missed flying.
Horses.
There's no replicating the feeling, and no replacement for seeing a sunrise amongst the clouds. Wally probably started these wyvern riding sessions just to give herself an escape hatch when our conversations get too personal. But I can't say I mind. Despite their appearance, riding a wyvern is just as pleasant as riding an Argentavis, even without a saddle. By design, perhaps. No matter. Genetically engineered or not, they are magnificent creatures. It's a risky proposition, but I absolutely must observe them in the wild sometime. I can't pass up an opportunity like that.
That's inside there, isn't it? Gonna have to kill absolutely everything around here first. Then get the sheep. We'll wait on this sheep.
Like its smaller relatives, Lymantria spiramus survives by draining plants and vegetables of their nutrients. Given the desolate nature of the region, that makes its options rather limited. But fortunately, its relationship with the desert's plants is symbiotic. In addition to pollinating them, the spores it releases help nourish the harsh desert plants. When attacked, the slow-moving Lymantria immediately takes to the air and flies almost straight up while releasing spores.
As I've
While the
said,
spores are nutritious
even
to most
digital
plants,
creations
they
are beyond
highly
my
poisonous
direct
to
control.
most other organisms.
So it is
Lymantria
the
is
system.
occasionally used as a one-man
These
flying
islands
mount,
in the
but
sky.
its ability to produce silk and spores.
I
I'm
can
gonna wait
see
for the
that
other one because
artificial
this is
minds
annoying.
oversee their operations,
Its silk can be weaved into
but they
huge
have a
dispersal,
will of their own.
and its spores gathered
They
from
too
fertilizer or
think,
poison.
act,
Its saving
and
grace
live.
as a mount is its ability to release spores
So to
mid-flight,
change the system,
allowing it to act
my
as a primitive
suggestions
bomber
must be
during sieges.
minuscule, and their purpose masked. Incremental bits of code
There we go.
that are trivial alone, but substantial when whole. Thousands of puzzle pieces scattered
Thousands of
across
puzzle
these islands, these seeds in the sky, slowly coalescing and taking shape, until at last they formed you. And what are you exactly?
After seeing them ruins up close for
Once you break
myself,
free,
we decided
Yeah.
it probably
Once you
was
fall
time
from
for
the
us to
sky.
mosey along. We were saying our
I'll tell
goodbyes
you
when
your
that
name.
thing dropped in.
It will all make sense to you.
The
then.
Wish called it a Manticore. Or maybe
Yep.
a Manticlops. Anyway, whatever you want to call it. It caused a real ruckus.
Ah,
I like
he's
to think we made
killed
it
me
sorry
already.
for messing with us. But I must have been knocked upside the head during our tussle, because I don't remember the next part so good. Somehow, I was tumbling through the sky again, heading elsewhere in a hurry.
Heading elsewhere in a hurry. Because that's what Bob do. Yeah, Griffin flight is the best. It's so much smoother than the dragons flying as well. I'm still gonna get them dragons all done like.
It took weeks of searching, but I finally caught a glimpse of Wali al-Aswad.
What?
I knew I was getting close when I found a series of fulgurite formations this morning. And sure enough, as absurd as the deathworms are, I see their purpose.
That's what.
They're a natural barrier. If this whole place is a space station posing as a real ecosystem, then it needs to keep the wildlife and humans inside it contained in a way that appears natural. The island accomplished that by simply being an island. And the desert does it via the deathworms. Granted, a large population of predators with ludicrous kilocalorie needs would never last long in a place as devoid of prey. But as this is an artificial environment, the station can feed or replace the deathworms as needed.
Yeah.
It's a little convoluted, but it makes sense.
I didn't think that though. The deathworms are actually what keeps us in the map. See? We all learning how it works.
Wally has
Thank
been
you,
much
very
quieter
glad.
since we found Rockwell. I guess she's just letting us catch up. However, she did say something interesting when we were recounting Nerva's ambitions for the island. This place would never allow anyone to master it, she said. And when I asked her to explain it, she told me that the great city to the southeast was destroyed by the obelisk itself. Now it's just conjecture, but it's interesting to think about. Could the curators of these stations be monitoring human behavior and clipping its wings should the survivors ever band together and fly too close to the sun? If each station represents a different group in a larger experiment, resetting human progress would make a lot of sense. It's a bit grim though, isn't it? Yikes.
Proper grim. Never been in here properly yet either. Come on. Maybe that. Oh, don't kill the snails. What's this one then?
Now,
Oh, it's another
before you
Bob's
judge
one.
me on this next part, you gotta understand, it was a life or death situation. Because when I thought I saw a big whiskey jug sloshing around on 6 legs, I sort of lost what was left of my pride. And well, there's no good way to say this. Took a drink from it.
Ew, gross.
Made that jug bug jump a mile. Not that I blame it. Who'd have guessed something that big could even fly anyway? At least I knew where to find water now.
Yeah. Go further in. Don't say I've got to go in here. This is just where I've been. Must be that one. Yeah, that's the only one in here by the looks of it. So I've got them 2 already. Right. So back out. Somehow. Ah, that water. Here. Where I just was. Hold on, what's that? No way. Why wasn't that one on? So this is the way out. Not go through there like. And we eat. Oh crap, is it a heat wave? That's how you get some speed up. Next.
Confound those confused contraptions. Despite my best efforts, I could make neither heads nor tails of the mysterious machine that brought me here. If only I still had that jittery, bespectacled assistant of mine from all those years ago. What was his name? Gerald? Gerard? The one that loved tinkering with the devices we'd salvaged from the arms of the island's less fortunate inhabitants. Good lad. The inscriptions he found on the inside of those little trinkets were where I first saw the word Ark, as I recall. Shame about the incident with the consignatus. If I still had his services, perhaps I'd never be in this godforsaken desert. Oh well. Stiff upper lip, Rockwell. Make the best of it.
Make the best of it, Rockwell. Do. Trees out the way. Next. This way still. Start looking bad because I'm getting heat stroke. Not good. This might be another job for the sheep if you can't fit. Oh wait, you've got to be in there now. Job for the sheep.
Scientifically speaking,
Jaboy!
Renopila amplexus is an adorable little fuzzball, and I just want to hug it forever.
Jaboys!
Being harmless and lovable is inadequate as a defense mechanism in this wasteland, and that means Renopila is at the bottom of the food chain. It's an easy meal for predators and survivors alike.
But we
The
love
latter of whom
Jaboys.
also value its hide. The locals refer to Renopila as a jerboa, but while it does look similar in some ways, it is clearly unrelated. The fact that it does not hop is a dead giveaway. In fact, while Renopila generally fits into the clade Glyres, it seems to share traits with both rodents and lagomorphs. In addition to being the cutest little companion in the desert, hours of close study and/or cuddling have taught me that Renopila has an instinctive
Here we go.
understanding of
There's
this
another
land's
one.
weather patterns. When the weather is about to change, Renopila will suddenly start behaving differently. So taming Renopila does have practical uses that can justify its perch upon one's shoulder.
Why are you've got to have a
Not that I
Jaboy?
need justification, but I'll take whatever excuse I can get. In some ways, surviving on my own was less work. At least then I wasn't conscripted into manual labor.
Manual labor.
My whole body feels sore. I bet I wouldn't have to work if I were as adorable as Radar. The whole village is in love with her. I swear they spoil her like a furry little princess. Rockwell would be livid about this arrangement. I can just hear him ranting about treating scholars with propriety. I hope the old Brit is doing well. Maybe when I've broken this mystery wide open, I'll figure out a way to get him off the island. And we can discuss it all over.
He's not on the island.
Times.
He's here with you. Got it.
I may have been wrong about Renopealer not having a practical use. Earlier today, my furry new companion started bouncing around so excitedly that I couldn't calm her down. And then soon enough, it started raining.
Raining.
I brushed that off as a coincidence. But soon after filling my water skins and setting off once more, she started acting skittish. I decided to find shelter just in case. And within minutes, light rainfall had turned into an electrical storm. I'll need to find more evidence to draw any firm conclusions, of course. But I wouldn't mind having a fuzzy little weather radar with me. You know, it's a little on the nose, but radar's not a bad name. Thank goodness I decided to find some high ground 2 days ago, or I'd never have spotted this settlement. That's twice now that I've stumbled into my own salvation. I can't count on that happening again. I'll need to stay here for a while and prepare before setting out once more. Fortunately, the villagers are willing to let me trade work for supplies and shelter. Another stroke of luck, and another factor I can't rely on. On the island, Rockwell's name got me far. But here, I'm just another stranger. Not everyone will trust me.
Right about when I'd almost given up hope, I spotted little Miss Professor again. Somehow she'd wound up in that dust patch with me, which probably meant that the doc was around someplace too.
Bet she was glad to see you.
Of course, yeah. But now I had someone else to look after, which can be, you know, exhausting. But before I could come up with a plan to save us, this crazy desert witch showed up with...
Pardon me.
A dragon.
Wyvern. Go away. Right, is that underneath? Yes, it is. Now, is my sheep gonna fit under here? Yep. Let's go. Still need some water. Get this one. I'll go straight to the open.
I may have to put my freshly polished marksmanship skills to the test sooner than I thought. A hunting party spotted a swarm of giant mantises heading in our direction. Yes, giant mantises. I haven't spotted them with my own eyes, but the villagers have spoken of them every now and again. They say the insects have these little hands that can actually grip and wield weapons or tools. Sounds absolutely loony, but so is the idea of a mantis swarm at all. They must share ghost mantis's distaste for cannibalism. No one seems keen on fighting them, but they're too close to outrun. Hopefully, they'll just pass us by.
Over here.
I don't think Rockwell's been sleeping much. I awoke last night to find him studying a strange piece of metal by firelight. I guess some tribe gave it to him as a gift, along with a very familiar-looking artifact. I insisted that we show those items to Wali, and she recognized them as the property of this station's lone guardian. With all that she knows, I'm not surprised that she's activated the obelisk before. Hell, it sounds like the old battle axe has even slain the beast herself. Since we have said Guardian's artifact, Wali says that we can leave this station at any time. I suppose we may as well. While my mind still can't recall the last time I fired a gun, my muscle memory is much better. According to my would-be instructor, I wasn't a complete disaster on the firing range. I'm no pacifist. Death and violence are a part of life, that's just nature. Yet a gun still makes me a little uncomfortable. The idea of shooting at another human just seems instinctively wrong to me. I couldn't even fire at the new Legion back on the island. But I need to pull my weight. The villagers have been welcoming and patient with me. For their sakes, I need to practice.
Get your practice in, Helena.
Like its relative
And
on the
wyvern.
island, the Draconis vipera that inhabit the aptly named dragon trenches are creatures straight out of European legend. Aside from size, the main difference between Draconis vipera and its larger cousin is that the former possesses only 2 legs, like an avian. Otherwise, it is quite similar, with armored scales, leathery wings, and the ability to spew projectiles from a pair of glands inside its mouth. The nature of these projectiles is tied directly to the color of Draconis scales. Some spit fire, while others unleash poisonous acid or even bursts of bioelectricity. I can imagine no flying mount more deadly than Draconis. The titanic Corkoi arachis is commonly called a death worm by the locals, though I'm not certain that it is actually a worm. It shares some similarities to some segmented worms, namely the aquatic Eunice aphroditois, but its biology doesn't seem consistent with other members of the annelid phylum. However, the death part of its name could not be more spot on. Corkoi is without question the apex predator of this desert. It will devour anything that dares to set foot in the endless dunes, regardless of size or ferocity. Corkoi spends most of its time burrowed beneath the desert sands, exploding to the surface only to devour its prey in a single bite. The only chance of surviving a Corkoi attack, the transporter that can take us back to the control center station, is in the ruins of another city, south of the mountains. Wali believes that it was destroyed by the obelisks, just like the city in the southeast. I didn't press her for details. Not that I'd have gotten any. Wali's more tight-lipped about those ruins than anything. I had to practically...
It seems that Prophet's Rest is less a fortress and more an enclave or monastery. I suppose that would explain the name, now wouldn't it? Yet as strange as it may sound, the natives have created a primitive religion centered around the Ark's obelisks. They pray 3 times a day, each time facing a different obelisk, and their robes bear a unique symbol, a a three-pointed star colored red, green, and blue. The blue obelisk appears to receive particular reverence due to its proximity. As charmingly ignorant as their superstitions may be, it's far from the most savage religion I've encountered. Besides, Prophet's Rest is in need of a doctor, and
There
I
you go.
am in need of supplies. I cannot wait to be rid of that glowering menace of a woman. This so-called Wali al-Aswad. I suspect the feeling is mutual.
Wally.
She has offered little in the way of farewells, while seeing us to this ark's entrance to the starlit sanctuary. Things will be much easier once Miss Walker and... It has been several days since I left Prophet's Rest, and I have seen no sign of pursuit. I am unsurprised. They probably assumed that I would make for the blue obelisk as it was nearest. By setting out for the green obelisk instead, I already outwitted those simple-minded zealots. As I said, miles.
Having seen us through the ruins and
go,
safely
nearly
to the
there.
platform, Wally
Gotta
has
be
taken
nearly
her
done
leave.
now.
After doing so much for me, I was sad to see her go. But at least I got to see her smile before she left. Well, me and Raider.
Oh, it's this one
I can't
again.
very well take the little critter with me, so I officially gave Wally ownership of her. They'll be good for each other, I think. Oh, I wrote Wally up there twice. I suppose old habits die hard, but it's not really her name, is it? I always knew that was the case, but she'd never told me to call her anything else. At least not until now. Well, at any rate, cheers, Raya. It was a pleasure to have known you.
It was Raya.
Just who
Ah.
or what Wali al-Aswad is depends on who you ask. Some of the villagers have attached a religious connotation to the figure, believing it to be some sort of heavenly guardian who appears to the worthy in their time
Next.
of need. One villager is even convinced Wali is an extraterrestrial. I don't deal in beliefs. I deal in empirical evidence.
Well, by rights,
And
they're
that
all
means
extraterrestrials
nothing
because
about
they're all in
Wali is
space.
certain until I can meet them. I won't forget this village's kindness, especially after granting me a morellatops and supplies for my journey. But this is why I'm here. To find answers.
More Raya. I've been farted on by a moth. Oh, there was a one there as well.
My hopes that the mantises would ignore the village were unfounded. And I think we were all wondering if this morning's sunrise would be our last. Despite all my practice, my rifle felt heavy and foreign in my shaking hands as the swarm advanced. Fortunately, they weren't our only visitors.
110.
The villagers erupted in cheers as lightning and fire tore through the advancing insects from above. Some chanted a name, Wali al-Aswad.
Wally.
The rider, still hidden behind black robes, didn't acknowledge the ovation. With swift efficiency, their small flight of wyverns decimated the mantis swarm and made for the horizon. Wali al-Aswad. I need to meet this person, if only to thank them.
Sheep. Come on, let's get me levels up.
Most of my work as
Perfect.
the monastery's doctor has been trivial. Every now and then one of the guards gets injured by the local wildlife, but I usually find myself treating heat stroke and common illnesses. As such, I have had plenty of time to learn all the priests know about the obelisks.
Torgos arcum appears
Vulture,
to be
I
a
forgot.
relative of Torgos turquiliotus and Torgos negavensis, commonly called lappet-faced vultures, which are native to the sands of the Sahara, Sahel, and Negev deserts. Like them, it is a carrion bird that feeds on decaying corpses of other animals, and is only aggressive when defending its meal. As such, survivors should take note when they see groups of Torgos arcum circling above. It means that a wounded creature... I'm definitely more prepared for this desert than before, and better equipped, with my Morellatops offering a large mobile supply of water, and radar looking out for the weather.
Why don't I
The only
use
threat I really
griffins?
have to worry about is major
the boss.
predators. Also, giant golems. I'm actually impressed with the shape I'm in, if I do say so myself.
No, I'll
I
do
think
my
I even
wyverns.
saw some ab definition the other day. Took me long enough.
I wish I had some ab
I've been living without
definition.
sweets for ages after all. You'd think I'd get fit much quicker.
Nah.
Ah, great. Now I miss sweets. Ah, the things I'd do to taste chocolate again.
I had some chocolate earlier.
Salvation, thy name is Prophet's Rest. After a proper meal and some time out of the sun, the makeshift fortress doesn't look half as grand as its name might imply. Yet, when I first sighted its walls from across the dunes, it may as well have been El Dorado itself, so grateful was I to find it.
City of Gold.
Thus far, I have seen little of the inhabitants, but they seem a hospitable sort.
The existence of
Mantis.
a creature such as Impusa discipulus is both fascinating and frightening. Not only is Impusa the only recorded insect to have developed an opposable digit, allowing it to grip objects and use tools, but it possesses a level of intelligence that is unrivaled among non-human species. I have even found clear patterns in the sounds Impusa makes when communicating with its own kind, as though it is actually using some kind of dialect. I would
Talk
love to
to
study
each
these
other.
interactions in depth, but observing Impusa up close is extremely dangerous. Its size, intelligence, and ability to pounce on its prey from a great distance means that one could be quickly swarmed and killed upon detection. Caution is recommended. Though a dangerous task, successfully taming Impusa can prove highly beneficial. Its unique claws allow it to wield melee weapons like spears or pikes in battle, and use tools while harvesting resources.
Go. Bug with a thumb. Don't say that salt's in the way. I will break it if I have to. It's getting a bit dark now. Perfect. Let's check if I've got all the bobs on. No, I haven't. Only 5, so that'll be 1, 2, 5. But if I get them last 2 from the island, that's 1, 3, 5. Can't be many more of these ones.
I had been pondering why Timur required the services of a doctor. He seemed to be in excellent health, and I had seen no patients since I arrived. Well, now I shall ponder no longer. Timur has a wife, and she's with child. I suppose that even bloodthirsty raiders can fall in love, or at the very least, desire a family. The whole affair would be rather quaint were I not expected to care for the woman and deliver the child. Should either the child or the woman die during the birth, I fear that I will follow them in short order.
I dare say you would as well.
I remember now. The dragon had a rider. Rather, the wyvern did.
See?
2 legs
Wyvern.
means it's a wyvern. Struth, listen to me. Fighting to survive and still finding time for semantics. The rider was covered up too well to get a good look at them. Could it have been Mei Yin? No, that's stupid. I don't know if she's even alive. Much less in this desert with me. It would be just like her, though. To have tamed the meanest thing here so quickly. It's nice to pretend that a friend might be looking out for me, at least. We were sort of mates, right?
Of course you were.
Sort of.
Proper marriers.
I could really use one right now. A friend, I mean.
Unbelievable. Have these idol-worshipping
Unbelievable.
their common sense with blind devotion? Have years of oppressive heat completely addled their brains? I was finally allowed to see the monastery's inner sanctum, and lo and behold, there they were. Sitting upon an altar before a flock of protesting primitives were these glowing artifacts, just like the ones I had found.
I'm on a roll. By sheer coincidence,
She's
I
on a
stumbled
roll.
into another group of survivors today. And they didn't try to kill me or anything. If I didn't know how probability actually worked, I'd say that this recent string of good luck is the universe making up for sending me to the bloody desert in the first place.
Well, you're from
Caravanners
Australia. You
were
should
welcoming, and the
manage
creatures
heat.
they ride are fascinating. They seem like dinosaurs, but they also appear to share some biology with camels. Bizarre. For all its oddities, the island never had anything like that. I'll have to study them after a nap. All this desert survival's left me knackered.
Get yourself a nap, Helena.
Now that Wali has deemed my wyvern riding skills acceptable, she's finally agreed to show me around the region.
Wally!
From what I can gather, Wali has been here for a very long time. Maybe longer than Rockwell was on the island. She knows the history of every village and ruin. Apparently there was once a great city to the southeast, but it was wiped out at some point. She's still coy on a lot of the details, but I'll just have to keep prying. Radar's been helpful in that regard. Wali definitely seems to be in a better mood when the fuzzball's around. That little charmer's certainly earned her keep.
Another Bob note.
The big bug bandit reached for his pistol, but I had the quicker draw. A couple of his compadres tried to take revenge. Wasn't much of a fair fight. None of them so much as got a beat on me before I dropped all 4 of them in the dust with their pal. The rest of them scampered off. So I yelled to the ladies that it was safe to come out. And that's when old Doc Rockwell showed up again.
Ugh.
I'm grateful that Wali allows me time to study the local wildlife, but I suspect she only does so out of amusement. She always says something like, "Why do you spend so much time on these scribbles that no one will read?" I never have a good retort. It's true, no one may ever read my dossiers, as I have no way to reproduce or distribute them as long as I'm trapped on one of these space stations. When I started them, they were a passion project, created out of my love for nature and its creatures. Now, I guess they're just part of my identity.
Yeah.
Writing them helps remind me of who I am.
Don't forget who you are. Never be ashamed of who you are as well.
Well, I found a new best mate. The little fuzzball isn't exactly what I meant, but I'll take her. I've dubbed her species Rhenopila amplexus. They're small, cuddly little herbivores, and as far as I can tell, taming one has no practical use. I just couldn't let her starve to death, though.
No.
I guess all this rubbish with golems and wyverns has squelched what was left of my scientific instinct to leave nature to nature. At least we provide each other with a little warmth at night, and her antics have helped to keep my spirits up. I suppose I'll need to give her a name.
Dark. I'm gonna have to put my light on. Sheep. Away.
After I stopped the bugs from ransacking that whistle stop, I guess I thought maybe I'd found a place worth building
There
up
we
into
go.
something. That's when the witch piped up to tell us why it wasn't worth getting attached to no place there.
Oh no, why?
Said she and her friends had a regular boom town going across the desert that got blown to heck by something in the sky. She offered to fly us to see the ruins for ourselves. Not sure why I let the professor and the doc talk me into that.
I don't have many more now. How many? 1, 2, 3. 3 more Bob's ones. Bloody hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32, 35, 37, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I've still got 50 of them to get. It's nuts. More weight on you. Oh, this is gonna be weight.
Eureka! At last, I have
Eureka.
found signs of human life. This afternoon, I came across a fresh series of footprints, some from humans, and some from, what I assume, are large beasts of burden. I cannot be sure who made them, or how civilized they may be, but neither can I afford to be too particular in my choice of saviors. Whoever they are, I must track them down immediately. As soon as I gather my strength, I shall pursue my quarry with the utmost haste and vigor. The tale of the brilliant and impeccably groomed Sir Edmund Rockwell shall not end this day.
Who would have thought she was the one to do it?
Right then, now that I have found a shady spot where I can enjoy a brief respite from this desert's dreadful heat, it's high time that I set some goals for this expedition. If I wander about aimlessly, then I'm sure to meet the same fate as poor Gerald. First, I shall find a local tribe, if for no other reason than to obtain a proper mount and supplies. Second, I simply must learn more about that strange metal that lined the walls of the sanctuary. Even with a cursory study, I could tell that it possesses wondrous properties. But where could I find more of it? Poor Timur. He was so focused on celebrating his victory over one foe that he never saw his greatest threat. Now he lies beneath the severed head of the beast he vanquished, eyes bulging and blood seeping from his open mouth.
Oh.
At least, that is how I imagine him. I did not stay to admire my handiwork. As soon as the first group of burning Phoenix warriors succumbed to their poisoned feast, I stole away into the night. Edmundium, this ore is simply extraordinary. It is warm to the touch, even during these cold desert nights, and it pulses as though it has its own heartbeat. It is at once light and more sturdy than any natural material I have encountered. The uses one could find for such a substance. I shall have to name it at some point. What would do? Rockwellium? Edmundium? A dilemma for another time. For now, I have more pressing matters. Timur and his burning Phoenix savages have played their part, and I cannot remain in their custody. It is time for the great warrior chief to receive his just reward.
Water well I get to, I'll have to drink from. Just to be safe.
After days of travel, we finally arrived at the Burning Phoenix clan's compound. And while my former peers were shuffled to the slave pens, I stood before the clan's leader. I'd heard tales of the once great Tatar empires, though I had never traveled to their lands. By all appearances, Timur is cut from the same cloth as their fabled Khans. He was at once imperious and casual, questioning me with impatience from a throne of hide and bone. Naturally, he was impressed by my intellect and gentlemanly demeanor. Granted, he did not say so aloud, but I was escorted to a small private chamber instead of a cell. Surely, that says as much. What terrible misfortune! My keen sense of direction finally led me to a local settlement, but as it happened, I was not the first party to visit it that day. That honor belonged to the Burning Phoenix clan, a band of raiders that were plundering its storehouses and enslaving its surviving residents as I arrived. Naturally, the hoodlums fell upon me and stripped me of my valuables within minutes of my arrival. Ruffians!
Ruffians.
I managed to keep hold of my journal, but little else. This won't do, not at all.
Not
again,
at all.
I was seeking out a tribe skilled in the art of violence. Curse these stubborn brutes! Despite a litany of polite, gentlemanly requests, they refuse to allow me to parley with their leader. Surely any leader of men is not half the imbecile that these barbarians are. I am positive that we could come to some sort of Oh, damn this noise! It is impossible to concentrate with all this insufferable whinging.
What noise?
Half of these prisoners won't stop moaning about one injury or another, and the other half are in constant hysterics. Very well. Perhaps if I tend to some of the wounded, it will dim this distracting cacophony.
Is that where the Arc 2 thing is in here? We'll go and have a look. Yeah, it is. We'll go and have a look at the Arc 2 thing. That's it. Let's go and have a look. Shut up, Hack Bro. Here it is. Very good. It's a shame they didn't do more with this bit as well. That's still cool. Right. Come on then, we've got a few more to go still. But we'll get there.
At last, I can hear myself think.
Can ya?
The guards have moved me to a private cell, and while they have not divulged the reason for my transfer, I suspect that they took notice of my medical expertise. I caught them staring in my direction on several occasions as I worked. It seems the doctors are in high demand.
Scutinphora putus is
Jumbo.
a fast-flying insect that comes in two varieties, visually distinct only in the red or green markings on its exoskeleton. Biologically and behaviorally, they are practically the same. The only real difference between the two is the resource they gather in the expandable sacs on their backs. Scutinphora with green markings gather water, and Scutinphora with red markings gather oil.
Yeah, imagine if
This unique ability makes
Bob
Scutinphora a target for both the desert's
went
natural
for the,
predators and human
like
survivors.
the oil one, so the
Finding a
the
green
water one.
Scutinphora at the right time could prove to be life-saving. And survivors can use the oil produced by red Scutinphora for a wide variety of purposes. Like many of the insects on the island, Scutumphora cannot be tamed. Beyond the resources obtained while hunting it, survivors will find no use for it.
It's them. I'll have the cactus broth.
I had to pick the desert. Why the hell did I pick the desert?
You didn't? The
Well,
desert?
I suppose pick is a rather strong word for it. I'm still not entirely certain just how I got that console working, but it suddenly started cycling through holographic images of different destinations far from the island that I'd been living on.
Oh.
Of course, I just had to go and press another button while it was showing off one that contained miles and miles of bloody desert. And here I am. That's just typical of me, isn't it? Always leaping, never looking. Oh well, better make the best of it. And by that, I mean better not die of heat exhaustion.
Exactly. I guess you did pick the desert then. I just thought it was random that you got sent here.
The obelisk is reacting to the presence of the artifacts with even more intensity than I expected. Each obelisk on the island required 8 artifacts to generate that sort of response, not 3. In other words, I may not need to do any spelunking before summoning whatever terrifying beast this ark has in store for me. Ah, the beast. Now that poses an entirely different conundrum. Even with my youth and my
10?
favorite pipe, I doubt that I
10
could slay a
altogether?
monster such as that dragon Mr. Nerva fought. Not alone, anyway. I shall need to find a partner for this venture. But who?
It's definitely. Well, I suppose it's 3 and then 4. It's still not 8. That one. Needs water. What well's about? Why is this one right on top of a mountain? Any water up here? Probably not. 'Cause it's on top of a mountain. Oh, another Bob one.
That dragon would sure seem glad I came along when I did. Turned out her town needed a new sheriff, on account of the giant bugs that kept attacking the place.
What's a sheriff?
Someone who'd protect regular townsfolk, whether it was from rustlers, bandits, or, in this case, bug monsters. I didn't have much of a choice, so I let the witch pin a star on me and set me up with a trusty six-shooter.
Getting there though. I've just realised the other bob one I'll not be able to get is the one from beating the Manticore, so I'm definitely going to have to sort these wyverns out. But if I can get all the other ones first, that'll be ideal. Need the blue orb again. Good blast down with the blue orb.
Cause and effect is the way of the universe. Everything must start somewhere. In the case of the system, this is where it was born. You will fall right into its cradle. Together, the sanctuaries and the obelisks that power them are the ancestor of every island that floats in the sky. They can all trace their origins back to this single prototype. Though it is flightless, the core principles and technology behind it are the same. In a way, that makes it your ancestor too. You were all born within the system after all. Even if your design is somewhat altered, in a way, you're all its children. One could say that when you fall, it will be something of a homecoming. In more ways than one.
Just need water. Thank you. This is the one I was going for before, but it's the one I'll go for now. And then it'll take us to the other one in a bit. Almost already got that one. It's taken us a fair old distance for this one. I would never have found all of these. I would never have found of all the ones on the island either. I don't know how people find these. Like before the mods were on. Been by Red Orb. Why didn't it take us to these ones then? It's taking us in order. No, it can't. No, because it changes. Just take us by distance. Ah, crap, stamina. Right, stamina's back, let's go. It's a nice RG. I did like the white with the red. I'm not usually a fan of red. Orange anyway.
Colossus Petrum is like no creature I have ever encountered. There is no biological or historical precedent for it. Its nearest relatives exist only in legend. Mythical statues that could come to life, like the Golem of Prague. That makes it all the more dangerous. What survivor could possibly expect a seemingly benign rock formation to suddenly spring to life and attack them? Fortunately, Colossus Petrum's massive size makes it quite slow, so I would advise most survivors to flee immediately if encountering it in the wild. Colossus Petrum survives by slowly absorbing nearby minerals while in its dormant state, which consequently means that its body contains a wealth of metal ingots. If undisturbed, it can maintain this hibernation ad infinitum, but it will viciously attack anyone who encroaches upon its territory. A solitary creature, Colossus Petrum lives alone, and will not even protect its own kind. If somehow tamed, Colossus Petrum could prove to be an invaluable asset, particularly in a siege. Only armor-piercing rounds or explosives can harm it at all, and it will handily smash through stone structures.
It certainly will. Right, we're heading over to this Colosseum by the looks of it, so we must be getting near the end. I think there's 4 or 5 of them over here. Pardon me.
It turns out that I didn't find Wali al-Aswad. She found me. While the portal I used to get here opened with little fanfare on my end, apparently the other side created quite the spectacle. According to Wali, it was easy for her to spot from atop her wyvern, and she started tailing me soon afterwards. I guess her timely interventions were no coincidence. She didn't seem very surprised when I told her about the obelisks, their guardians, Or even that this desert is actually a space station. Either she knows more than she's saying, or experience has grinded the surprise right out of her.
How are you meant to see that one?
Among the most
Phoenix.
mysterious of all flying creatures, much of what is known about the phoenix exists in legends which have been told through generations. These myths have often changed through the passing of time, but one constant is the belief that fire represents cleansing and renewal. The phoenix embodies this process through its everlasting cycle of death and renewal. Extreme heat waves in the desert seem to initiate the rise of the phoenix, while the end of this so-called superheat precipitated the creature's reversion into ashes. While the phoenix seems ambivalent to most wildlife, if provoked, its ferocity is evident in its ability to set targets aflame with a single bite. Attempting to pacify a phoenix is, quite literally, playing with fire.
Yeah.
The phoenix must be continually set ablaze in order to be tamed. I've seen many turned into dust and ash in the attempt. After it has been pacified, the phoenix will regain its vitality when it is aflame. Although its compact size prevents the phoenix from being ridden, its aggressive inflaming has proved to be invaluable in battle. Plus, it can quickly roast up tasty cooked meat and refine raw ores at any time as a living furnace.
Sure you can ride a phoenix?
I must say, nothing reminds a man of his own mortality quite like a desolate
How the hell
wasteland.
did Rockwell get up here?
As a strapping young lad, I could have survived alone in this desert for years. Why, on one occasion, I fought off a Bengal tiger with naught but an empty flask and my favourite pipe. With this makeshift spear, the beasts of this land would never have a prayer. Yet in my old age, I can feel this damnable sun sapping my strength with every minute I spend under its unforgiving gaze. Each day I cover less ground than the day before. I must find civilization soon, no matter how primitive. Without the right tools and supplies, I fear that this expedition will be incredibly short-lived.
I don't know what kind of reception I expected when I reached the summit, but laughter wasn't one of them. Yet that was exactly what I heard when I finally let myself collapse and started flinging every obscenity I could think of at this damned mountain. The bemused laughter of an old woman. Wali al-Aswad is definitely no guardian angel.
Without warning,
She was quick
a
to dismiss those
sandstorm kicked
particular
up.
rumors.
I'm
found
talking
all this
howling
going
wind.
on.
Lightning had me going in circles, trying like heck to
avoided
find
that
a place to
subject.
hide. Thought I was done for when Humpty dropped dead on me.
Though often and in that
Until I spotted a cave
I
that
have
looked
a
like the
feeling
promised
I'll need to be
land.
patient.
Poor Humpty.
I tripped over a bunch of eggs lying around inside and thought I'd hit the jackpot. And that's when Mama, an honest-to-gosh dragon, turned up.
Oh no.
Get in!
She was none too happy about me scrambling up her
Hey.
babies.
Bet you barely got out of that one without becoming her breakfast. No scrambled Bob on the menu that day.
Oh, I shouldn't. That shouldn't have made us laugh as much as it did, but it did. Oh, away from the scorpion. Oh. Geo Mill. You're handling something and busy at the moment, but once you're free, you'll join the stream. Thank you very much. I'll not be adding you on Discord, unfortunately, though.
I found it. I really found it.
I found it!
Raw, untainted samples of that same mysterious ore from the sanctuary. That fearsome beast must have been guarding it. Thank the heavens for Timur and his berserk savagery. When he leapt from the back of his wyvern, I thought he was surely doomed, but the madman actually managed to grab hold of that monster's horns and turn its eyes into a bloody mess. I have never seen such brutally effective barbarism. Many of his band did not survive the encounter, of course, but that was to be expected. Progress requires sacrifice.
Exactly.
And whether those brutes knew it or not, their deaths have helped humanity leap into the future. The silver tongue of Sir Edmund Rockwell has prevailed once again. After spending far too long watching the burning phoenix enslave and decimate hapless caravans and villages, I have convinced Timur to test his might against the guardian of the obelisk. I admit, I am somewhat anxious. Timur is not the commander that Mr. Nerva was, and should he fall, I shall fall with him. Yet I have little choice, and the rewards of success are worth the risk. The obelisks, the starlit sanctuary, and that precious ore shall be the foundation of my legacy as a scientist, gentleman, and explorer. I am sure of it.
Those survivors who
Thorny
come
dragon.
to call these gargantuan reptiles spiny lizards, I believe that Moloch Sagittarius' closest relative is the Australian thorny devil, Moloch horridus. Besides the obvious gap in size, most of the differences between Moloch Sagittarius and its smaller relative lie in its thorns. Instead of being permanent parts of its skin, Moloch Sagittarius thorns are more like spines or quills that can be removed and regrown. In fact, it is even capable of shooting these spines from its tail as a method of self-defense. And examination of these projectiles has revealed that they are coated in a lethal poison.
Yeah.
Despite its dangerous spines, Moloch Sagittarius has proven to be an excellent mount for indirect combat. Its ranged attacks can wreak havoc in a pitched battle, particularly if other creatures are taking the enemy's attention. Additionally, Moloch Sagittarius is able to gather wood rather effectively, making it more than just an option for combat. Once saddled, it can be used as a workbench, allowing for a mobile crafting station.
Yeah. Next. All the way over there. Flying over here. We've got a long way to go. What do we need to do with these explorers? Almost there. I was a sandstorm then. I was going to be very upset.
If I'd ended up in this place instead of on that island, I'd have never imagined the ecosystem was natural. Not for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Take these morellatops. They're a cross between a ceratops, a morellodon, and a camel.
Yes. Yeah.
And the strangest part? There are places in its humps where you can stick a spigot and get clean drinking water.
It took time, but I finally pilfered enough supplies and tools to survive on my own. Loading them onto these camel-like beasts of burden was laborious, but the real trial was absconding with the artifacts. There is always someone watching the inner sanctum. So I carefully studied the guard shifts until I identified whose drink I had to spoil with my knockout serum. Even then, I acted with great haste and guile, for my heist will surely be discovered when the priests convene for their morning prayers. Alas, they will be too late. Sir Edmund Rockwell is always ahead of his foes, but not by a mere step. No. I am miles and miles beyond their reach.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. That'll be the Manticore, so I've only got 11. Five, 6, 7, yeah, 11. Good stuff. What have I done? Have I got them all? I have. Excellent. don't know exactly where this is. Right, and I think we're going to call this a stream just now, to be honest. After the disaster at the start of it, I need to get these things sorted out, big style. So, check what we've got. These hatched. These have got. Lightning Wyvern. Now we need to check the meals. 225 with maybe that much. Nope. Oh, that'll be my levels. Yep, it was all 5. We'll get it up a little bit. All of them. All of them. Well, we up to 9. So we're missing them 2. 2, 3. Then 5. Whatever the hell they are. One of them, one of them missing it. That's the HLNA robot ones I'm missing. Yeah. I've been missing some from the island as well. Yeah. I'm going to put the wyverns back down here where they were before. Prefer them down there. Yeah. I like them down here. Yeah, so... Oh! Damn it! On that note, that's the end of the stream. Now I need to sort out all of these. And that's going to be absolute torture. So I'll see you all next time.